Welcome back to Tell Me More Stories Told podcast.
Oh,
Today we are
yeah.
taking a deep dive
Okay.
into the career of a true icon,
Wow.
Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
So we're talking about her journey
Uh-huh.
from those early days on Broadway all the way to conquering the music scene and even making a splash on the big screen.
I think what's fascinating
Yeah.
is how Ariana's career really exemplifies this idea of the modern multi-hyphenate artist.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Sorry.
she's not just a singer, but also an actress, entrepreneur, and philanthropist.
Yeah.
And she's excelled
It's
in
a-
each of these areas.
It's almost like witnessing multiple careers woven into one.
Yeah.
But let's rewind to the beginning.
Okay.
She started on Broadway at the age of 15.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Imagine being in 13 the musical at such a young age.
I mean, that's not your average teenage experience.
No.
What do you think those early years on stage taught her about performing and connecting with an audience?
I think it instilled in her a strong work ethic, a
Mm-hmm.
discipline that's crucial for navigating the demanding world of show business.
Yeah.
And Broadway demands a certain stage presence,
Right.
a charisma that can command the attention of a live audience.
That's true.
It's no wonder she transitioned so seamlessly to television.
And speaking of television, for many, their first introduction to Ariana was as Cat Valentine
Oh, yeah.
on Nickelodeon's Victorious.
Huge.
Those bright red curls and that bubbly personality, she became an instant teen idol.
Absolutely. Victorious was a massive hit,
Yeah.
and it gave her a platform to showcase her comedic timing and her natural charm.
Yeah.
But what's often overlooked
What's that?
is that she was already honing her musical talent behind the scenes.
Interesting.
While she was playing Cat,
Yeah.
she was also recording her debut album,
Okay.
Yours Truly.
And that album wasn't just a teen star dabbling in music.
Exactly.
It debuted at #1
Huge.
on the Billboard 200. And her single, The Way,
Oh, yeah.
featuring Mac Miller, became a top 10 hit.
Big hit.
There was a clear intention behind Yours Truly.
Yes.
It wasn't bubblegum pop. It had this blend of 90s R&B and even hints of doo-wop.
And that's what sets her apart from many other child stars who try to make that transition into music. You know?
Right.
Yours Truly showcased a deliberate artistic choice,
Let's see.
a desire to pay homage to musical influences that were beyond the typical teen pop sound of the time.
It's like she was signaling from the very beginning that she was more than just a pretty voice.
Yeah.
She had something to say, and she was going to do it her way.
And that artistic evolution continued with her second and third albums,
Okay.
My Everything and Dangerous Woman.
Okay.
These albums saw her experimenting with a more mature sound, incorporating elements of electronic music, and really pushing her vocal range.
Think about those powerhouse singles like Problem,
Oh, okay.
Break Free, Bang, Bang. They weren't just kitschy tunes.
Right.
They were anthems of confidence and independence.
And they resonated with a huge audience. And it's interesting to consider the impact of her collaborations during this period,
Okay.
working with artists like Zedd, Nicki
Yeah.
Minaj, and The Weeknd allowed her to explore different genres
Yeah.
and push her own musical boundaries.
Uh-huh.
It demonstrated a willingness to learn from others and create music that was both commercially successful
Yeah.
and artistically diverse.
And let's be real.
Right.
Those collaborations resulted in some of her biggest hits.
Absolutely.
But even amidst all this success, she never shied away from addressing personal struggles in her music.
Yeah.
Vulnerability became a key element of her artistry, something that deeply resonated with listeners.
Absolutely.
Albums like Sweetener and Thank You Next
Oh, yeah.
marked a significant turning point in her career.
Yeah.
They tackled themes of love, loss, and healing, offering messages of self-love and empowerment that connected with her audience on a deeply personal level.
Absolutely.
Those albums also produced some of her most iconic songs, like Seven Rings,
Oh, yeah.
and of course, Thank You Next,
Yeah.
which became an anthem for moving on and embracing self-growth.
Yeah.
She's the first solo artist to hold the top 3 spots on the Billboard Hot 100.
Wow.
That's a level of domination rarely seen in the music industry.
It's a testament to her ability to tap into the cultural zeitgeist.
Yeah.
To create music that speaks to a generation navigating the complexities of relationships, heartbreak, and self-discovery.
And speaking of connecting with her audience,
Yeah.
before we dive into her later albums and those record-breaking achievements,
Yeah.
let me remind everyone listening, If you're enjoying this deep dive into Ariana Grande's incredible career,
Yeah.
make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the rest of our exploration.
Yeah.
You won't want to miss what's coming up next.
Definitely not.
We're just getting started.
Yeah. Welcome back to Tell Me More Stories Told Us podcast. We're deep in the world of Ariana Grande, exploring the path that took her from teen star to a pop culture powerhouse.
Right where we left off, and I think it's fascinating to see how, as her career progressed, her music continued to evolve,
Right.
becoming even more personal and vulnerable.
Oh.
Her later albums are like windows into her experiences,
Yeah.
her growth, and her journey of self-discovery.
Positions, released in 2020, marked another shift in her sound. It was a bit of a surprise for some, incorporating trap influences while still maintaining those signature vocals we've come to expect.
Yeah, Positions. The song definitely had a different vibe. It was definitely more experimental, but it still had that Ariana Grande magic.
Right.
And it also brought us 34 plus 35, which,
yeah.
let's face it, got everyone talking with
Yeah.
its playful, suggestive lyrics.
It's a great example of how she balances vulnerability with a sense of humor and self-awareness.
Yeah.
It's that authenticity that makes her music so relatable, especially for her younger fans who are navigating similar experiences in their own lives.
Right. She's not afraid to be real
Yeah.
and express herself,
Uh-huh.
even when it comes to topics that might be considered taboo.
Right.
It's refreshing. And speaking of powerful female energy,
Yeah.
let's talk about her collaborations with Doja Cat and Megan Thee Stallion.
I mean, those tracks were fire.
Fire.
Those collaborations not only created some incredible music,
Yeah.
but they also signaled a shift in the pop landscape, celebrating female empowerment and embracing a more diverse range of voices and styles.
And of course, we can't forget her iconic team up with Lady Gaga for Rain on Me.
Oh my gosh, talk about a legendary duo.
Legendary.
That song wasn't just a chart popper.
Uh-huh.
It was an anthem of resilience and strength coming out at a time when the world really needed a boost.
Totally.
And it even earned them a Grammy for Best Pop Duo Group Performance.
It's a testament to her versatility as an artist. She can blend seamlessly with other artists, adapt to different styles, and still maintain her unique vocal identity.
Yeah.
And then, just when you thought she couldn't surprise us anymore,
Right.
she dropped Eternal Sunshine this year.
Wow.
Her first real foray into dance and house music.
It was unexpected, right? But you know what I love about Ariana? She's constantly evolving, exploring new sounds, and challenging herself creatively. And she's not afraid to take risks, even if it means stepping outside of her comfort zone.
And that's what makes her career so captivating to follow.
Right.
There's a sense of anticipation,
Yes.
a wonder about what she'll do next, because she doesn't simply stick to one lane.
Right.
We've talked about her music, but she's also been making waves in the world of acting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Remember her role as Penny Pingleton in NBC's live broadcast of Hairspray Live in 2016? Talk about demanding.
Whoa.
It was live television, musical theater, all rolled into one.
Yeah.
She pulled it off flawlessly.
She did. It showcased her ability to handle both the singing and acting demands of a live performance.
Right.
And then just a few years later, she took on a completely different role in Don't Look Up,
Oh, wow, yeah.
a star-studded political satire.
Sharing the screen with Leonardo DiCaprio and Meryl Streep, that's some serious Hollywood royalty.
That's huge. And it was such a departure from her previous roles, proving her range as an actress.
Exactly. Don't Look Up allowed her to demonstrate her comedic timing
Wow.
and her ability to hold her own alongside seasoned actors.
Yeah.
It also allowed her to tap into a different side of her creative expression,
Okay.
exploring a genre that was new to her.
And now, of course, she's starring as Glinda
Oh, yeah.
in the highly anticipated two-part film adaptation of Wicked.
I mean, can you imagine a role more perfectly suited to her vocal talents and stage presence?
dream role.
And early reviews are praising her performance.
Good for her.
It seems she's brought a fresh perspective to the character,
Okay.
capturing both Glinda's charm and her hitting depths.
Yeah.
It feels like this is just the beginning of a long and successful film career.
It's exciting to think about where her acting career will take her. But even with all this success in music and film, she hasn't forgotten about giving back.
That's right. Ariana has consistently used her platform to advocate for causes she believes in.
Yeah.
She's been a vocal supporter of animal rights,
Uh-huh.
mental health awareness,
Yeah.
and LGBTQ plus equality.
And let's not forget her powerful response to the Manchester Arena bombing in 2017.
Oh, yeah.
She organized a benefit concert, One Love Manchester, which raised millions of dollars for the victims and their families.
It's a beautiful display of compassion and resilience.
It really was.
Yeah.
It showed the world that she's not just a performer, but also a leader who uses her voice to uplift and inspire others.
Absolutely.
And speaking of inspiring, let's talk about her business ventures.
Okay, we have to talk about that fragrance line.
$1 billion in global sales.
I mean, that's not just a celebrity endorsement, that's a business empire.
It's remarkable, isn't it? It shows a savvy business mind at work. She's clearly identified a market, created products that resonate with her fans, and built a brand that's become a global phenomenon.
Right.
And then there's R.E.M. Beauty, her cosmetics brand launched in 2021.
Right.
I love that she's turned her passions into successful ventures.
Yeah.
It's inspiring to see someone so young achieve such incredible things in multiple fields, and she manages to stay connected with her fans through it all.
Exactly. Her social media presence is massive.
Yeah.
She's one of the most followed people on Instagram.
Really?
And she uses it to communicate directly with her fans,
Huh.
sharing glimpses into her life and her creative process.
Yeah.
It's that authenticity and accessibility that makes her such a relatable and inspiring figure.
It's incredible, isn't it? From Broadway to Hollywood, from chart-topping hits to a fragrance empire, she's achieved so much in such a short time. It's really a masterclass in building a multifaceted career.
And through it all, she's remained true to herself, using her voice and her influence to empower others and make a positive impact. It's inspiring to see someone so young achieve such incredible things and still use their platform for good.
It really is. But it makes you wonder, what's next for Ariana Grande? Where does she go from here?
That's the exciting part, isn't it?
Yeah.
She's already achieved so much, but there's always a sense that she's just getting started.
Right.
She's constantly pushing boundaries, exploring new creative avenues, and challenging herself. Who knows what surprises she has in store for us?
Welcome back to Tell Me More Stories Told As podcast, where we're wrapping up our deep dive into the incredible world of Ariana Grande.
Yeah, and in this final part, I think it's important to step back and consider what truly makes her such a captivating figure, because it goes beyond the music, the acting, and the business ventures.
Right.
There's something about Ariana that resonates deeply with millions of people worldwide.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's not just talent. It's something more intangible, a certain magnetism that draws people in. What do you think it is about her that creates this connection with her audience?
Well, for one, there's her undeniable vocal talent. Her four-octave range is simply remarkable, and she's known for delivering these powerful, emotionally charged performances.
She can hit those whistle tones like nobody's business. But as you said, it's more than just technical skill. She brings a vulnerability and authenticity to her music that allows listeners to connect with her on a deeper level.
Exactly. She's not afraid to share her struggles and her triumphs, her heartbreaks, and her moments of self-discovery. It's that genuine connection that fosters such a devoted fan base.
And her fans, the Arianators, are fiercely loyal.
Yeah.
They've been with her through thick and thin, supporting her music, her acting, and her philanthropic endeavors. It's like a global community united by their admiration for her talent and her message.
And let's not forget her impact on fashion and beauty trends. From her signature high ponytail to her cat-eye makeup, she's become a style icon for a generation. She's even inspired countless makeup tutorials and fashion trends, demonstrating her influence extends far beyond music.
It's amazing to see how her personal style has become so recognizable and influential. It speaks to her ability to connect with young people on a visual level, not just through her music. But going back to her music, do you think that potential shift toward acting that we touched on earlier could signal a new chapter in her career?
It's certainly possible. Remember that quote where she talked about possibly scaling back on pop music to focus more on acting? It suggests a desire to explore new creative challenges, to push herself in different ways.
I'm really curious to see what she does next with her acting career. She's already proven she can handle both comedic and dramatic roles. What kind of roles do you see her taking on in the future?
Well, given her vocal talents, it wouldn't be surprising to see her pursue more musical roles on stage or screen. But I think she also has the potential to surprise us. Maybe an indie film, something a bit edgier, or a historical drama where she can really showcase her range.
I love that idea. It's exciting to think about the possibilities. Whatever path she chooses, I have no doubt she'll continue to captivate audiences and leave her mark on the world. She's a true original, and her story is far from over.
That's what makes her career so compelling. There's a sense of constant evolution, a drive to explore new horizons and challenge herself creatively. It's inspiring to witness. And I think that's a key takeaway for all of us listening, to embrace our own evolution, to never stop exploring and pushing ourselves to grow.
That's a powerful message. And on that note, I think it's time to wrap up our deep dive into the remarkable career of Ariana Grande. From Broadway to Hollywood, from chart-topping hits to entrepreneurial ventures, she's a testament to the power of talent, ambition, and a genuine connection with your audience.
And a reminder that no matter what field you're in, authenticity and vulnerability can be incredible strengths. They allow us to connect with others on a deeper level and create something truly meaningful.
That's a beautiful sentiment. And as always, thank you for joining us on Tell Me More Stories Told as podcast. We'll be back soon with another fascinating deep dive. Until then, keep those questions coming and keep exploring the stories that shape our world.